enter the last session today. So it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Tim Broome, who's the Student Recruitment Manager, right, for the Royal National College for the Blind. He's going to talk about opportunities available. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Okay, thanks guys. So yeah, as introduced, my name's Tim Broome and I'm from the Royal National College for the Blind in Hereford. So just quickly, could I have a show of hands? Has anybody heard of the RNC? Okay, that's good, that's good. So I'm doing my job then, so that's good. So in the room now, do we have any adults with a visual impairment? Or is it mostly hands up and then, okay, and the rest then, if hands up, is it sort of families with young people with visual impairment? Okay, great. Okay, so fingers crossed, I've got something for everyone. Okay, so we're going to focus to begin with on the, well, a bit of an introduction to the college. So we are an outstanding residential college. So we've recently been graded outstanding by Ofsted for our residential care elements. So that's a bit of a bonus for us, so that's great news. Okay, so really what is the RNC? So for those who don't know, okay, so just a few simple bullet points really. So academic, we've got academic courses from pre-entry, GCSEs, A-levels, vocational courses, right through to transition to sort of university preparation. Vocational courses, we've got a lot that are interested in more the work-based kind of courses, the sports and fitness instructing, the music and media, audio production, massage, complementary therapies, a wide range of both academic and vocational courses. University preparation, so every year, one of the most common questions really is how many students go on to university from us? It's generally about a third. So this last year, 100% of our A-level courses all achieved offers at their first choice university. So it's a good statistic to have. And then preparation for employment. With the younger learners, it's probably a harder kind of, I suppose, statistic to give you, because how many 19-year-olds actually leave a college, whether it be a specialist college or a mainstream college, and do actually go straight into employment, is probably not a huge amount, to be honest. With our adult preparation courses that I'll go on to, the statistics are actually quite impressive, but I'll keep you waiting, I suppose, so I'll come on to them in a little bit. Okay, but more importantly for a lot of people than I suppose the other side are the softer skills that you learn at college, the social skills, the friendships, just the opportunities that are available there. We're very much a can-do college. We don't really say no to students. We try to risk assess into things, not risk assess out of things. I suppose that's a good way of putting it. The encouragement, the staff there, the students there, the peer support, the friendships that you gain, the encouragement you get, to do these opportunities. Self-advocacy is massive for our students. A lot of the times, they might have in mainstream a teaching assistant that are answering those questions for them or doing things for them, or just not having that confidence to stand up and say, actually, that's not right. The self-advocacy is an important skill that we teach our students. The maturity, I suppose for some, leaving home at 16 it's a very young age, but you soon sort of learn at the college to become that sort of mature young adult, really, that these 16-year-olds do become. The experiences and the independence. Independence is massive, whether it be the independent living skills that they're learning in the classrooms, or the independent learning that they're learning through their courses, or just being that independent young adult. Again, it's a massive thing that they're doing. Okay, so this is Jodie. Some of you might recognize Jodie. She is a member of this group. So Jodie come back to us, well, having been unemployed for about 18 months, Jodie decided to return back to our specialist employability scheme. So that scheme is funded by the Department of Work and Pensions. So it's fully funded. It covers the course program and life at RNC, the residential elements and things like that as well. So Jodie come back. She originally done massage and complementary therapies. She's also done NVQ level 2 in business administration. On top of her academic kind of program, she had kind of intensive support with work experience. So finding her opportunities to gain receptionist skills, whilst in those in those work areas, focusing mostly on telephone skills, booking systems, and customer contact. Also then the employability skills on top of her program. For Jodie in particular, it's kind of focusing on updating her CV, making sure it's current, up to date. And interview skills for Jodie. Now she recently just left us to take a 16-hour post as a receptionist at a local gym. So that's kind of funded through the specialist employability scheme. So that's just one student that hopefully is quite relevant to this group. So that's Jodie. So as I've touched on, it's fully funded by the Department of Work and Pensions. So it's a roll-on, roll-off program. So adults, we call them customers, but adults can join the program anytime throughout the year. We have new intakes every month. Generally around 15 to 20 adults start every month. It's normally about a 6-month provision. But again, it depends on the individual. If we can support adults back into employment quicker, great, that's exactly what we'll do. For others, it might take a little bit longer, no problem. It's a one-to-one tailored program for their needs, so it's as long as kind of what we need to be working with them. Okay, it's very much employment focused, whereas the younger learners, it does kind of focus on, life at college. That sometimes it's a very fun place to be for the younger learners. The adults, it is very driven towards that outcome of finding employment. So the vocational training, the employment skills, and the individual support, it's all tailored to that adult. Okay, so currently we're on a 59% success rate in finding sustainable employment. So when you look at the average at the moment, the RNIB are quoting at 25% of VI adults in employment. For us getting close to 60 in sustainable employment, we're doing quite a good job with it, to be fair. Okay, so that's that one. So I've just jotted down a few FAQs on the board that are the most common questions. So the cost, again, it is fully funded. So that does cover the halls of residence, the fees, the food and things like that. So the only cost to the adult is generally their personal spend. If they need to buy deodorant and toothpaste and things like that, that's kind of what they have to spend their money on. The halls of residence, so for the adults, they are adults, they're all over 18, so they are treated as adults, so they do enjoy the social life of Hereford. It is a bustling city. So, the halls of residence, so they are all single occupancy ensuite bedrooms. They don't have curfew times like the youngsters. They don't have a no alcohol rule like the youngsters. They are treated as adults. Travel home, it can be funded by the DWP. So generally, say on average, most adults probably travel back once a fortnight to once a month to their home area. There is also training available in their home area, but it depends on the course program they want to do. Because we're a national specialist college based in Hereford, we haven't got colleges throughout the UK, so the vocational courses are provided in the college. If an adult come to us that just needed support with maybe CV writing, updating CVs, interview techniques, general confidence and those kind of skills, we can generally support some of that in their home area without them actually coming to the college. Self-employment is quite a popular route. So for some of our students or adult trainees that are doing things like massage and complementary therapies, personal training, there is a self-employment route that would support them to set up their own business, write a business plan and source funding and that kind of thing as well. So next steps, if there's anybody in the room that's interested or knows somebody that might be interested, is basically to visit your local job centre. They're the gatekeeper for that programme. They do a referral form which comes through to us, and then we'd be the next step and we'd make contact. So that's the adults. Okay, so it's not just adults. So our younger learner program, so this is for 16 to 25-year-olds. So I've got just 2 photos on the board. So we've got Lydia and we've got Nathan. So these 2 should be known to a lot of people in this group. So Lydia is a first year. Nathan is now a 3rd year. So I'll just tell you a little bit about these 2. So Lydia joined us September just gone. She's doing our Aspire program, which is kind of like a Skills for Success program. She's also doing level 1 Braille, level 2 Maths, level 1 English, OCR in Performing Arts. On top of that, she has her independent living skills, mobility, and her transitional support or career skills. So that's a little bit about Lydia. So just a little quote from Lydia. I've got lots of friends at RNC. I've been doing lots of activities. It's a lot better here. People are friendly and understand me better. I'm more confident. I'm really enjoying Aspire. I really like the practical work. I've learned how to handle tools and decorate the products. I'm looking forward to doing the performance for performing arts to schools. Okay, so that's Lydia. So I think I met Lydia probably about 2 years here, and she kind of come through our sort of recruitment process. She attended the college to have a go weekends, and now she started in September, so she's flying. Okay, now we've got Nathan. So there's a picture of Nathan and his friend Ben there. So Nathan is now doing an MVQ in fitness instructing. He's doing his level 1 English, level 2 maths, NVQ award in Spanish, level 2 Braille, independent living skills, mobility, and his transitional support. A little quote from Nath. I did not make as much progress as I would have liked during my time in mainstream school, but I feel at RNC, I feel that I'm really improving. I'd like to improve my independence by learning how to cook for myself. I want to continue my sports studies as my aim is to qualify as a personal trainer, which will give me a chance of getting into a job. So again, he's another one that I met the mum here, Sonia. And 3 years on, he's progressed through Aspire courses onto personal training, and his transitional support will be aiming to find him employment in the future. Okay, so how we do it really at RNC. So we are different to mainstream. So we've been around for something like 142 years. So I'm doing pretty well for my age, I think. Okay, individualized programs. So it's a lot different to mainstream. Our class size is a lot smaller. We generally have about a 1-to-4 ratio in the majority of classes. Sometimes it drops to a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2, depending on the program, depending on the courses. The courses are all built around the individual. So when we first meet a student, they'll have a pre-entry assessment. And basically, from what they tell us about their needs, their wants, their outcomes, what they hope to achieve in the future, is how we build a timetable around their needs. So it's not like being in a mainstream school where they'd be in a class of 30, maybe in a room, walking around the corridors. It's a lot more personalized. Okay, skills for life. I think the skills you kind of learn, they're transferable. You know, a lot of it's based around work experience and work readiness. Even, you know, that work experience week or work experience is built into timetables. So if you do a fitness instructor course, you're actually working in a gym. If you do a business administration course, you're actually working on reception duties. If you do massage and complementary therapies, you're actually in our clinic where members of the public are paying to come in and use that clinic. So everything is sort of it's focused really and ready for the future. Independent learning, we don't have teaching assistants. We don't have learning support. Our students are learning to learn as independent young adults. So when they go off to university, when they go into employment, they don't need someone by their side that's supporting them or telling them how to do things or making work accessible for them. We teach them how to do it for themselves. Okay, employability, again, it's what we focus on. That in university is creating opportunities. A lot of youngsters, when they're maybe taken out of certain areas in school to maybe go and sit in the library because they can't do sport, or sit in the library because they can't do drama, well, here it's about creating opportunities for them. And the progression. So again, the statistic on the adults is quite impressive, but the guys that are progressing are moving on, whether it be into volunteering or back in local areas or moving on to university. You know, I've showed you 3 case studies, but there's so many every year that progress. Just a couple more photos here. There's one of Lydia in her Aspire class. So Lydia's just sat at a table with 3 other students and Kerry, her teacher. So on this one, it was part of Lydia's Aspire group. They were doing a cake sale. So whilst it doesn't sound much really doing a cake sale, but it's the skills she's learning by doing that cake sale. So as well as just making, you know, maybe going shopping, buying the ingredients, she's learning maybe bus routes into town, she's learning money management, she's then coming back and she's preparing it in the kitchen, so she's doing those skills. From that then, they'll be using maybe the market stall or cake sale store where she's customer service skills and time management and all those skills that go around that bake sale, the marketing of the sale, the promotion of it, the interaction with other students and members of the public. It's kind of built into, yeah, it sounds simple doing a cake sale, but it's a full-rounded. Then we've got Nathan. So picture Nathan in the gym there. So Nathan will be leading on exercise classes. He'll be writing programs for members of the public that are paying to use the gym. On this picture in particular, I think he comes second in a national award. So there's an award with NatSpec, which is the National Association of Specialist Colleges, and they run national awards. And it was a fitness instructor award. So Nathan was put up against all other national association colleges. So there's around 50 who all their students do in the fitness instructing course, and Nathan come runner-up. So it's quite impressive to be runner-up to a national award. And hopefully that's my little time slot. I hope I'm on time. If anybody's got any questions about the college or wants to pick up any prospectus, I've got both adult and younger learners out there. I'll just be in the sort of foyer area, so feel free to come and grab me, take a prospectus, or fire any questions. That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. So has anyone got any questions for Tim at the moment? We've got time for a couple of questions.
Very thorough in the presentation, then. Oh, no. No questions.
Like, well, okay.
That's
Catch
fine.
you later then.
Well, thanks very much, guys.
Thank you very much. All right.